United and Charlie Vanderpool for president. Well, president of Celtics, really. Don't let me get carried too far yet. But no one gives Celtics United a chance. And voila, they are in the finals. And they will meet the Bulls. So we will have a new champion for the 2024 Beer Premier League. And I don't really want to dwell too much on the semifinal, but we really want to look. Let's look at how two teams got here and then delve into the teams. Bulls beat the Cavaliers 2 straight. There are some things that jump out at me in the second game of Bulls. Bulls' first game went into overtime.
Correct.
And Bulls end up pulling it out. This Simeon Maynard, he scored 35 points in the first game.
Correct.
Second game, the scoring was more, let me say, there was more distributed scoring.
Yeah.
And Bulls won easily by 12.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to read into that, but I think there's some correlation between, having scoring over more than two players and having scoring by only two players. And I think Bulls did a decent job in the second game. They did a decent job in the first game too. I just think that Cavaliers could not overcome the two people that they lost.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. That's how the cookies crumble.
It's true.
No one wants anybody to get hurt, but it happens.
Well, I've been hurt for like 2 years. So,
yeah, so that's true.
Yeah.
And then Highlands won the first game in a squeaker, lost the second game, and then basically call it a blow because Highlands have not lost a game by so many points in a while.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's some things of note. And I always felt any team that is consistent and disciplined will beat Highlands. And the reason why I said that was Highlands was working off of the fact that they've been playing together for a while. And I didn't see a lot of, they give the ball to Darren and he will create. And he will create and kick and force the defense to play him and then kick to the shooters. Then, when the shooters weren't hitting, then he would come down and he would take his own shot. Basically, that was Highlands there. And then they would really pressure 1, 2, and 3. They are really good at that. Pressuring 1, 2, and 3 to turn over the basketball and go and run. Any team that will not turn over the ball, be consistent at what they're doing, I felt could beat Highlands because to me, they were really thin on the bench. And one other thing I want to say about that game too, about Highlands lost 3 out of the last 4 games. Right? So, we will have a new champion. Yeah. So what saved you there, Avenger only one?
We start with the actually we can start with the point on Celtics scene as we already just finished talking about that. Yeah, things to note. Yes, you can only beat who's in front of you. But they were sorely missing Kasir Adams, right? I think him not being there for since he left, they didn't let you see him. Right, even as important to the team as Darren Arashi is, just CSAT his defense and his ability to score and rebound, you could tell that was sorely missed, right? Also, and then on Sunday too, it was Sunday. when Dernier also left, right? It really left a big void for playing to overcome. Celtics had a game plan and they executed. In the first half, Joel really went to the way to work. Playing was already short in terms of rim protectors, right? Joel took advantage. I think he finished with 28 and 18.
Yes.
Yeah. So he really feasted on the board. Rashid and Rashad Hall. Basically because they were so short of guys, Jeremy came in at the second half, right? So he didn't play the first half. It really meant that they had to exert a lot of energy, taking a lot of shots. Rashid went 7 of 27. Hall went like 7 of 23 or 25. So they had to do a lot on both ends, and eventually it just wore them out, right? That was at least for that game. Anybody who was watching the games could argue that Celtics could have swept the first two games because they were up in the first game by 10, coming down late in the fourth. Then some costly turnovers, playing executed down the stretch, and then Celtics won the second game. But it could be argued that maybe if Celtics won the first game, you don't know if they would have won the second game the same way. You never know how things could go. But regardless of how they got there, Celtics should feel good making the finals in their first year, win or lose. This would be a positive season for them, for sure. In terms of Bulls and Cavs, to speak more in detail about how the games went in the first game, Cavs defense specifically was to stop Marsh, right? Their focus was mainly on Marsh. Their rotations were on Marsh post up, they sent help, which kind of unlocked drives on the weak side, right? The rim protection wasn't there because the defense wasn't set up in that way. So because they were over helping on Marsh, Marsh was sometimes used as a decoy. He had a couple passes or people helping off of him. Obviously, if two on the ball, it means somebody open. So he did a good job of finding that, and he wasn't really forcing it. That unlock and open it for Simeon, right, on the perimeter, because their defense wasn't really set up to stop Simeon, right? In the second game, it was a little bit more different, and Marsh was able to take advantage of where the help was going. So the help was coming from certain angles, and he was going opposite, right? So it was just for those two games in particular, it was basically taking what the defense gave us, and because both are such a good balanced team in terms of guard play and inside play, it was able to we were able to adjust based on what the defense gave them. So that's what happened in those two games from a Clapham point of view.
Well, we have no one to speak for Cavaliers, but I really felt they had the best defensive team for the entire year. I think losing Saeed and also Gavin Phillips hurt them a little. They were not a prolific scoring team, but they hang their hat on defense. And once you can get some scoring, put them on some pressure, I think they were able. They lost, but I don't think they should be too upset. Obviously you'll be upset because you didn't get in the final. But I don't think they should be too upset. I think they need to tweak some things, and I think once they do that, they will be fine. I don't foresee that they would
drop off or anything like that.
So.
Yeah.
But then we have an interesting and intriguing final. That's the 5 first. The Celtics, and you said this is Celtics first year. This is really not the Celtics first year. Celtics been up for a while. This is the first time they're relevant.
yeah. In terms of that team. In terms of that team built together.
And I like how they had the buzz in Barbados basketball by bringing players and putting together players and bringing over the assistant national coach. And I mean, I love that buzz at the beginning of the season. That buzz was really nice. And then he has some hard truths in the beginning. But there's something in coaching, and you know it, called periodization. You have to play your best basketball when it counts.
Correct.
And
Correct.
a lot of teams was, well, pointers was found wanting. Although they were short, I must admit.
Yeah.
Found wanting in that area. Periodization, you need to be able to play your best basketball when it counts. And they were not able to do that. Unfortunately, Adams and Darren were overseas. But I think they're losing 3 of the last 4 games. Not a good thing for them. I also think that a lot of people wanted them to lose. Because they were really dominating basketball for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, people don't hate you if you're bad. They usually hate on you if you're good. So you got haters, it means
obviously.
that. Yeah.
Obviously. No, I don't think nobody worried about Spartans right now.
Definitely not, right?
But yeah,
so need to do it and good. Yeah.
So I must take my hat off to Celtics. And I have to tell you something. I know you're not going to like it, but I feel that Celtics has the momentum. I also feel that they are balanced. And that's one of the things that I always talked about Bulls and the same Penguins. Penguins are short on the bench, and Bulls are also short on the bench. And I just want to give you a stat, right?
Mhm.
Celtics only have 2 players that are playing 30 minutes a game. That is Hunt and Greenwich. Bulls has 4 people playing over 30 minutes a game. If this series is long, Celtics will win. If this series, if Bulls win the first 2, it all over. But they have to win the first 2. Both the games and the games that Celtics and Bulls played, they were kind of close. So this is really intriguing. I think this is really good for basketball. The only unfortunate thing is that some of the games we're playing BCC, which will not maximize the amount of revenue that the BABA will get. But I think there's a really good series. I also think it is a series that most basketball people should come and watch because I think that the teams are fairly even. And the team, I hope that Coach Leacock learned from his mistake from the last final series he had, where he actually ran like 3 or 4 people into the ground. And they missed game 4. They didn't win game 4. And from the time he said they didn't win the game 4, it was all over because they didn't think that he was rotating I don't think he had faith in rotating people. Now, having faith in a fellow, or something comes from the person not practicing or not doing what you want. So I am not saying that he made mistakes. I just think he didn't have faith in the people that was on the bench. I think he needs to find time for March to have a rest. He is not 25 anymore. And use Ben a little bit more on the inside. I think Ben is good enough to play on the inside, but Ben is happy to just come on the perimeter and shoot. Not to say that he's horrible out there or anything, but I think if they want to win this series, Ben has to be the man. I don't even think it's Marsh. I expect Marsh to be Marsh. I expect Raheem to be Raheem. I expect Simeon to be Simeon. I expect Andrew to be Andrew. But I think the rotations and being able to rest people and stuff gonna be paramount in winning this series. What do you think?
I agree. In terms of also execution, which team is going to execute the best, that is going to be the decided factor. And also a series is also about adjustments, right? First game or even after the first game, don't get too high or too low off the first game. It's all about how you adjust from that first game to that second game to that third game, right? So I think whoever adjusts, like as you said, Celtics have a deeper bench than Bulls, yes, but it is, you can argue about the quality of the bench, especially come playoff time. Because you know once one player wants finals and again don't tell that sort of time. Minutes are usually cut, right? In terms of if you have a deep bench, you usually don't go 10, 11 deep in the playoffs, right? So it is all about how effective and how the bench is going to come through, right? If they can do something in maybe game one or game two that, could give Charlie even more confidence to keep playing them, right? So it doesn't have to exert the guys too much. However, the one thing that I will say, right? You said that I mean not like your pick because you said that because based on your pick, you obviously put the thing, right? All I will say, right, is that maybe have our pick 5, I was being first. I picking Bulls. So I think that my picks might be good. so
Okay. All right. Well, I can't argue with that point. The numbers are clear on that point. So I don't expect you to pick against Bulls. And I'm not saying that Celtics is going to run over Bulls or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that they have a chance just like Bulls.
Yeah.
We didn't give them a chance against Portland. Look.
True.
They already won them.
Yeah.
So I think the team that execute going down the stretch, the team that played the better basketball will win this series. A couple of things I want to also say. Both teams are fairly close because Bulls shoot 47% from 2 and 32% from 3. Celtics shoot 49% from 2 and 25% from 3. Now, you could argue they are 7-point in the hole against Bulls, but the amount of threes that they take is significant, so that they shoot 25% will still give them something like nearly 30 or 40 points. So yeah, so I really feel that this is close series. I will say this: if Bulls win first two games, I think if this go past 3, I pick in Celtics. If Bulls up 2 after 2, it's all over. So, and I know that Hakeem Marsh only came back to make sure he finished his career with a win in the Premier League. So we shall see what happens. I am very I'm looking forward to this series. Courting session will be live at game 2 in the gym. So you will be able to, we will be able to see some of the spills and trills of the second game.
It's true.
Game 1 is in BCC, and BCC is not conducive to anything live except basketball.
It's true. It's true.
So that's it. But I am very happy with how the Premier League turned out. I'm just a little concerned about the last 4. I think the distance between the 4th and the 5th and the 6th is really wide, because the people that came 5th only won 5 games.
Yeah.
Right. So that should be a concern for the clubs in the last 4. Well, not for Spartans, because unfortunately they will be playing Division 1 next year.
Yeah.
But whoever comes up from Division 1, they will find the going very tough unless they can come with some established players. And the pool is not that big, as you can see. Celtics is better team now, but Spartans is the worst team.
Right.
So that's basically it. So your prediction for game 1, sir?
Oh, I got Bulls in 3, so you already know my position. So
Bulls in 3.
Yeah, I got Bulls in 3.
So you got Bulls in 3. In game 1, you got them by 3, or you?
Oh no. We can go for spread home. I'm gonna say we win by.
Hey, your number 4.
10. Nah.
Yeah. Oh, there. Bulletin board material coming from Keelan Phillips, the only one.
Yeah, and I say you know me. I'm not worried about having to my team having to back my words or whatever. Because as I say, everything that I say here, I tell them already. Them already know. Them already they ain't got worry. I already tell them that we've been in a tree, so I gotta be confident in my team. So.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
If I'm going to tell you something else, if Shaquan Newton, who we call
George
was really his mind was in basketball, I would give you the edge because he is a really good shooter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure his head is really in basketball.
He's got work. Work is be a little tough for him.
So he has not been able to put in that work. So that's the only he would be in it would seriously even better if he was, playing top class basketball because he's a guy that I saw from a junior. He could shoot the ball really well.
It'd be a little better too if this fella has played for Capcom to do something.
You mean that it hurt for 2 years?
Hurt for 2 years.
That it hurt for 2 years?
Well, don't worry, next year.
Oh, okay. Well, we pray for you and make sure that you are in good health so that Bulls could, let's hope that Bulls are champions and not that Mark's gonna come back for his 40th season.
All right, he got with LeBron.
Right. So we don't have an NBA segment tonight. So right now, the court is adjourned.
Thank you.